Don't you just fucking hate it when you go to play a multiplayer game or something? It's only 4 of you on the team, and the game puts one of your squad onto the other side. So this happened with a friend called Brad Zombie, who was actually one of my subscribers and had responded to one of my videos on using the flamethrower. Those of you who are regular viewers will know that I've got a little series of videos where there's a full team of us using the flamethrower. So he said, yeah, I'd like to be in on that. So I see him online and we go for it. And the game puts him on the other team. I didn't have a particularly good round in that particular match. I mean, I did okay. I came top on our team, but it was, a bit bitty, if you know what I mean. Although I didn't get killed as many times as I got kills, it seemed to feel that way. Now, this part of the match, though, was pretty sweet. I took out 3 guys there. Another guy here. Gonna go a Molotov here. And I got taken out by somebody else. I overextended my reach a little. Anywho, on to the main subjects of the commentary. On Reddit, on the Reddit Ask Me Anything, one of the Naughty Dog developers had said some little drip feed comments about The Last of Us DLC. Oh, hold on, before we get onto that bit, right? We're not even onto the main commentary yet, really. Before we get onto that bit, this guy over here, Brad Zombie, he was the last one in the game. He was the one who wanted to play the flamethrower thing. There you go, Brad. How did you enjoy playing the flamethrower thing? Anyway, now really onto the main commentary. Oh my god. So yeah, Naughty Dog developers had said on Reddit that news for DLC is coming soon, probably this month. Wow. It's not really what I would call a major announcement, because they've been advertising the DLC since release, at least. And we all know that games are going to come out with DLC nowadays. It's pretty much a given for any sort of AAA rated title. But they're not telling us what that is. Now, considering that they've been advertising this DLC, like I say, at least since the release of the game, I kind of find that a little bit concerning that at this stage they still really haven't got anything to tell us. We can make guesses that it will be new maps. We can have hopes that it will be new game modes, but we're not really getting any information. Now, here's where I'm standing on this. Is the game really, it desperately needs some DLC. It can be a really enjoyable game to play when it works well. I mean, my regular viewers will know that I've been hammering this game, and I've definitely got my money's worth out of it. I'm not saying that I haven't, but there are some buts in there. It didn't ship with many maps. It shipped with 7 maps, one of which is so unpopular that it never gets picked. I'm sure most of you will know that. So that really leaves 6 playable maps, which isn't a huge amount for a AAA rated title. This is a top title from a top developer. 6 maps isn't a huge amount. It only has 2 game modes, and those game modes are really much exactly the same, except in one of them you only get 1 life per round. So it's quite limited in what it actually offers. And it kind of felt like the limitations on the game modes were they wanted to get the game out on time. Now, I fully understand that. This is a massive title. They've got release dates. Publishers have deadlines, all this kind of stuff. So I understand they wanted to get it out on time. But the multiplayer aspect did feel very limited. Now, if they're going to introduce new game modes and charge us for them, I don't know, man. It's not sitting right. And it's the same with the maps, considering how few maps they gave us. I don't know. I'm just starting to feel, not hugely, but a little bit cheated if the only DLC that is going to come out for this is going to be paid DLC. And which I pretty much guess is going to be the case. They've announced 3 lots of DLC and a season pass for them. Now, even 3 lots of DLC for a season pass is not excessive. You know, it's not exactly being overtly generous. Other games manage to give you kind of a lot more for that. What are you guys thinking? What's your thoughts on this so far? Because much as I've enjoyed the journey so far for The Last of Us, it is starting to pale a little bit thin. And I'm looking for different experiences in my gameplay. I've actually gone back to playing Assassin's Creed. Not the multiplayer. I've just gone back to some of the single player stuff because I've been watching, the Black Flag trailers. I've been getting into that, getting a bit hyped up about that. But even before there's other things coming that I might be wanting to spend my money on rather than paid DLC for a game that didn't offer a huge amount in the first place. Although flamethrowers are fun, I have to say. There's some pretty bad gameplay from myself at this bit. I really should have healed myself. I went running in this guy and I didn't have a shiv. I really am an idiot sometimes with my gameplay and decisions. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today, because anybody who watches me on a regular basis knows that I'm an idiot when it comes to gameplay decisions. Within this month, we've got in a week or two, a couple of weeks I think it is, we've got, no, it's about 3 weeks, beg your pardon, it's about 3 weeks, we've got Payday 2 coming out. And that's not a full price game. I think it's going to be somewhere in the region of 20 odd pounds. I don't know how that works out in dollars. And I think that's going to be pretty good. It looks like they've made quite a few improvements over the first game, and the first game wasn't bad at all. Graphically, they haven't really improved much, which is a bit of a shame. I think nowadays we want to see a bit more graphically. But however, any gamer worth his salt knows that gameplay is king and graphics are nice. Good graphics can't make up for bad gameplay, but good gameplay can make up for poor graphics. And I think that's the kind of territory we're going to be looking at with Payday 2. Me personally, I am on a limited budget. I'm no longer Mr. Rockefeller. In days gone by, I used to have money where I could just buy any game that came out whatever I wanted. That isn't the case nowadays, so I have to think about where I'm spending my money. I'm not convinced that I'm going to be spending it on The Last of Us. I still haven't finished the single player campaign. A lot of my friends keep saying that that's a crime and I should get on it and stuff, and I probably will do. And it may be heading for a trade-in after that stage. I don't know. I'm not definitely saying that. I will wait and see what the DLC is. But the lack of news about it is a little disconcerting. And like I say, I think the fact that there was so little in the multiplayer in its original form means that I kind of expect something more than just a few more maps or another objective mode. I'm expecting more than that if I'm going to fork out any money. But I don't think it's going to happen, which is probably very bad English. I'm expecting more, but it's not going to happen. Oh dear. Time for some more coffee, guys. Time for some more coffee. Now, also on our games radar at the end of this month, we have Splinter Cell Blacklight coming out, which is another, small scale. I think there's about 3 on a team, possibly 4. I'm not too sure, but it's another small team game with some stealthy elements. I think that might be a very satisfying game to play. I do like the mercenaries versus spy modes. I like the asynchronous gameplay. It's something that's different. So yeah, I think that is going to be kind of better for me to be getting than The Last of Us DLC. Then we're getting into September. And remember, they didn't say the DLC was going to be released in a month. They said the news will be released in a month. And I'm starting to push us into September, which is the kind of time I'm going to be putting my pennies aside for Assassin's Creed, if I remember rightly. I haven't checked lately, but I think it's coming out the end of September or something. I could be wrong on that. Could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure there'll be other games out on the radar that I may want to spend my money in. So it could be the case that The Last of Us, enjoyable though it's been, has kind of run its course for me. The limitations on the maps, the limitations on the modes, and then being asked to pay more money for more stuff, that kind of should have been there in the original game. That's where I'm at. Now, as always, guys, I'd like to hear your opinions. I think we can all take it as read that the single player is a great experience. Like I say, I haven't done very much of it because I was so sucked into the multiplayer of this. Like I say, I've definitely had my money's worth. You know, don't get me wrong.
Hold on, I can patch you up.
I don't even think I'm making much sense to myself at the minute. I'm a bit muggy in my head. Because on the one hand, I'm saying that I've had my money's worth, and on the other hand, I'm saying that there should have been more. What I mean is I've had my money's worth in time spent in the game. You know, I don't regret the purchase. But I'm not too sure how I feel about laying out more money for things that should have been included in the original game in the first place. I hope I'm making some kind of sense here. Look, there's always some trolls ready to tell me I'm a fucking idiot anyway, so yeah, guys, feel free to tell me I'm a fucking idiot. Or if you just, you know, if you disagree with what I'm saying, if you think that the content they included was fair content for the price, you know, say so, man. Say so. You know, I like guys to hold a different opinion from me as long as they express it. It's a free world and it's all good. Coming up to the end of this game, I can't remember if we won or lost this. I've got a feeling we lost it. This gameplay is actually a few days old. Like I say, I've been on Assassin's Creed on the last few days. But I had recorded this and I wanted to get this particular one out there. Just because I thought it was funny to flame Brad. When he'd wanted to join for the flaming game. Yeah, but we didn't have a great session actually when Brad joined. I think I might even have to owe Brad an apology because I wasn't my usual happy self. I was a bit grumpy in that gameplay session. And I think my mates Flibble and Cos were as well. We just, I don't know, we just weren't in the zone of having a great gaming night. So I think we probably lost this one. That's not why I got grumpy. I don't get grumpy because I lose. That's not who I am, you know. I think one of the things that kind of irritates me with The Last of Us, having played quite a lot of it. Nice work there, Brad, by the way. One of the things that kind of irritates me is if you do a melee build, a melee loadout, like I was with this guy, and you don't get your melee stick, you're pretty much screwed, you know, and you just got to keep hoping that you're going to get one, or, you know, change loadout if you get killed, but you're pretty much screwed. And then we tried doing one with the machete, and it really didn't work. It is such a poorly conceived way of using machete in a game, to be honest. It really didn't work at all. So seeing that since The Last of Us came out, it's virtually that's all that's been on my channel. It's what are we going to be seeing next? I'm probably going to be getting Payday 2. I want to read a little bit more about it. And I'm probably going to get in the new Splinter Cell. But again, I probably do want to read a bit more about it. I like the idea of the multiplayer, but I do want to check it out a bit more. Like I say, I don't have the money to just splash around anymore. And especially with the PlayStation 4 coming out. And yes, I am getting a PlayStation 4 and not an Xbox One. Kind of a fool do you think I am? I'm not a fanboy, but I think Microsoft have really screwed the pooch on this one. And I'm from most of the people that I've spoken to, you know, either online or in forums or whatever, they're all pretty much of the same frame of mind. I only know of one person out of all the people that I communicate with on things like Twitter, on Facebook, on games forums, and on my YouTube. I only know one person who's made a definite, yes, I am getting an Xbox. And he's an idiot. I can't remember who it is now. I remember who it is, but I can't remember. You know, when somebody's name is on the tip of your tongue. Oh dear, dear, dear. Like I say, I'm in desperate need of more coffee, I think. Ha! Have that. Unfortunately, that leaves me without a shiv. Also pretty stuck in trying to get across to Brad here, you know. We're quite spread out. And they've got 5 lives between them. See, now if it had given me a melee weapon, I might be able to have some kind of fighting chance. But it does kind of piss me off a bit. Ah, yeah. Get taken down by a fucking bomb. And now they decide to start come running. You know, they've got 5 lives between them, and they wait all that time before they start coming running for anyone. Not very aggressive playstyle, guys.